Hey everybody, I told you on one of the live shows about this worm bin that we're doing. So that's what's going in this little gap here on the north side of the carport in that video where we cleared this area out. So there has been a lot of work into this up to this point. First off, we saw this tub when we first got our pigs, and we had to go on a pig hunt for him, and on the neighbor's property saw that he had 2 bathtubs. And the next time I saw him, I said, hey, saw those bathtubs, do you mind if I have one? He said, no, go ahead, take whichever one you want. So I selected this one, and we've had it ever since, waiting to do this project. Well, now we have built a extra high-tech and architecturally approved scaffolding for this thing to sit on. And now we're ready to start moving forward and put worms in it. A couple little notes. I went to Lowe's and started asking them about the fittings that I would need to go onto this to pipe it out to PVC and everything else. And they wanted me to spend like $40 on some kit that had 2 pieces in it that I needed. And we got out of there and I went to a local plumber shop. And I told him about it, and he just got a twinkle in his eye, and he said, I've done worm bins before, watch this. And he goes and he just starts scurrying all around his building, and he gets all these little pieces, even drills holes in the adapter here so that water could percolate in. So this is what we're using as a stopper. This goes into the drain, and then this is going to be where rock is up until here, and then soil up above this. And then so it's going to drain through here, but then if we ever need to do a clean out, if the pipe somehow gets clogged, we can just stick a hose in there and blow it out. And that was the plumber's idea. I didn't have that idea. So pretty cool little thing, and just a tip for you to sometimes, even though you might be trying to pinch a penny going to the big box store, that's not the best place to go. So what we're going to use is this pea gravel that we have left over from doing the big playground project, and that's going to go in the bottom to be where the worm urine, for all intents and purposes, can filter out of the system, and then we'll keep building the project from there. Alright, so with our gravel in there, now I'm going to add in weed mat. So the way to think about this is we're going to add dirt on top of the weed mat, and what we're wanting to do, the rock is there to allow water to free flow out of the system. The dirt is there for the worms to live in, but we don't want the dirt getting down into the rock, or the rock won't free flow the water. So we have to add in the weed mat. So all I've done is stretched out this weed mat all the way across. I don't need the weed mat to get all the way to the top of the bathtub. All I need it to do is not let just need to make it so it'll drain. That's all I'm really worried about. So you're not going to see me go through the effort of cutting up multiple sections or going out and buying even wider weed mat just to make this happen. So that's there. I'm going to cut a little hole for our standpipe. Get around that. And we will just, as we fill this up with dirt, keep the weed mat up on the edges. So that is good enough for me and worms. Now we're going to add in the soil. Okay, so that's where things will stand for today. The worms should arrive in the next couple days. We left a little bit of headspace here, enough to add in new material for the worms to eat. But for now, this is what their home's gonna look like. So we'll bring back when we have the worms.
Good morning, y'all. Just got the call to come and get the worms from the post office. So let's go get them. Good morning. Just got a call to get worms.
Alright. Jared?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, now let's go get these guys inside their new home. All right, so let's open this up and see what we've got. So it says that the worms have been shipped in dry peat moss and that they haven't eaten in about 3 to 4 days. So they're probably going to be a little bit scrawny. There they are. Oh man, look at them all. Make sure we didn't miss any. Nope, that's all of them. And then it says to water lightly and leave them with light for 24 hours so that they dig deeper, so that they want to stay in the bin. So let's water them in. There you go. And there we have it, our worms are home.
We're back out at the scrap heap worm bin, and you all saw that Jennifer ran out to the post office and got the worms and got them in here, and I thought I would show you a little bit about the things we've added to the bin since then and kind of wrap up this introductory build video. So all we do is just drag the top back a couple inches and then tip it back. And here's the worm bin. Now we also have a helpful little rake here that we can use to move things around. We added a whole bunch of things from our juicer. We had a whole bunch of juice pulp and just general cuttings of vegetables. We've also added in some coffee grounds that we got from a, look at there they are. Look at them run away though. A bunch of coffee grounds that we got from a coffee store. We've also added in a bunch of shredded paper that I got from work. The shredder at work makes this little confetti stuff. Oh, look at them go. Man, those are some quick worms. As soon as you drag the soil away, they just go for it. Here's some up here you can see okay. But you can see these are the European night crawlers like I've told you before. And they seem to be taking to this really well. And I've added in a little bit more greens just from the yard, just cut back a little bit and added them in. And the instructions that came with these say that they have the potential of doubling their population every 90 days. So we'll have to see whether or not that's true. And look at them. Yep. Look at them go. We only ever found one that looked like it was trying to escape, and that was after a really rainy night. Everybody else seems more than happy. So with that, I thought we would go ahead and also show you what comes out of the other end. So back down over here, you remember we put in this pipe going to the regular drain for the bathtub, and then there's all that rock. So I have no clue. I haven't tested this previously. We'll see whether or not we're getting any worm juice yet. So all you have to do, I probably shouldn't stand at the end of that. Heaven forbid there be pressure. And it doesn't look like we're getting anything. That was just condensation buildup. Because this, if this were the leche, or however you're supposed to say it, if it was worm pee, it would be a much different color. So you know, it's only been about a week since they've actually been in there, the week of shooting this video. So I'm not too surprised by that. But there we are. That's what's going on with the worm bin, and I'm sure we'll bring back later and show you how much we actually get out of this once it really starts flowing, and we'll show you how we use this leachate and also the castings out of the worm bin in another video later. Thanks so much to all of our patrons who make these kind of projects possible, and thanks to all of you for watching. I know a lot of the projects we do around here, we usually use some, you know, fairly high-grade stuff. I'm buying lumber, I'm buying things, I'm spending money on stuff, but this is just about as much of a scrap heap build as we could do. So let me know if you're building a worm bin. Does it look like this? Are you finding other ways to do it? Is there even a less expensive way to raise worms? And share that down in the comments below. If you have a video about it, share it. It'll get sent over to the spam folder, but then I will go watch your video, make sure it's relevant to the topic, and I will approve your comment. So make sure you're sharing your builds with everybody down below. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.